Mycroft. Amazing. So now, Hobbin and Joke are standing by. They're going to have that next semifinal. One thing we know is that Decroft, Daniel Mycroft, is going to play for a chance at the title. We'll take a break. Come back with a lot more right after this. Can you...
Big Dave, closet organizing and jigsaw puzzling? Get Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings. Sealed for your safety, all in one box. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Oh, no, don't pressure him.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zero.
Try this creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
Join NFL stars competing in a special virtual tournament to benefit Feeding America. The Fox Esports Madden NFL Invitational, May 22nd on FS1.
Today I want to use my voice to showcase a real hero, Dr. Evan Shannon.
Soulcalibur.
I want to thank Tracy Thomas,
Dr. Josh Hughes, Haley Wickenheiser,
Dr. Lucy.
Savannah Stewart.
thank you for all that you're doing. Nobody knew this was coming, but you guys stepped up.
The countless hours you spend at the hospital and coming in on your days off.
What she's doing to help other people, putting her health at risk and her family, her beloved ones.
When I had the virus, I was a little nervous, a little scared, so just being able to be there.
Thank you, Henry, for bringing your A game every single day. You cheer for us, I want to cheer for you. So get up, Nicole, let's go!
Let's go. Yeah. Stay strong, Doc.
Here we go, Dr. Patty.
You're the true queen, the real hero.
Celebrating winning our first semifinal today over Left the God Francis Batman, punching his ticket into his first ever major Madden final. I am Evan Rayner here on our virtual caster desk with one great user in Serious Phone. Serious Phone, you still got the headset on after filling in for Skippo. Good job, man. What did you see in that game?
Pretty crazy game, really. We seen Clef at that 4th and goal. You know, to me, that was the game. He had a wide open touchdown. He's just got a really bad animation on that possession catch. Receiver doesn't come down with the ball. Ultimately, I think that decided the game.
User, I gotta say this, man. I mean, ESPN2 is your first pick, and you got it wrong to start the day? Come on, man.
You ain't got to come at me at day one like that. Listen, man. What I was betting on, that the moment would be too big for Decroft. You know, I was hoping he would get that fear factor, like, I'm playing clutch to God. But listen, when he was down on that 4-yard line and he had to drop 96 yards, I don't care what you say. Any Madden player knows. That's like looking through a straw. It was no way. He just handled that moment so clutch. I was like, yo, and he threw that bomb like, no pressure. And I'm like, yo, that was the biggest play of the game to me right there. Because to be able to come up with that play at that moment, looking down the straw, whoa. Hey, Decroft might be ready
Let's not get away from the fact that user is 0-1, put the black cloud over his best friend, like I said he would. You know, it's no big deal. I'm 1-0 today, user 0-1. And, you know, Decroft played phenomenal. I would have liked to see Clef blitz from that 4-yard line because, like user said, that it is like looking through a straw. You know, you can see the back of the end zone. You're so worried about getting safetied. And, you know, Clef just didn't send any pressure, and he had all day to make that wide open pass.
All right, user, you know, we've been messing with you, but you still have at least 2 games to turn this around positive. It was D-Croft, though, who took the win over Clef the God, 21-14. This is D-Croft's first career EA Major final. He's going to face Pavan or Joe as the winner in the final, whoever comes down to that second semifinal. Oh, D-Croft needs just to get here. Now he's in the final. What do you see about this game?
You know, he's just hot right now. You know, he's playing really smart defensively. I think that Frank Clark was a huge adjustment. And the LCQ, we've seen him with 2 edge strikes. He said, you know what, let me get the power specialist in Frank Clark and let him go crazy. You know, he had 6.5 sacks in 1 game. And I think his team had 13. So I think the story is his defense. You know, he's been playing well in offense, you know, managing the clock, scoring when he has to. But to me, it's been his defense throughout this entire tournament.
Yeah, man, his defense is phenomenal, man. He's not making any mistakes. He's keeping everything in front of him. He's trusting Frank Clark to do his job. He's like, I paid all that cash for that power specialist to do his job. Even when it looked like he should have came up and rushed 6, he's like, no, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait on Frank Clark to do his job. That really gave Clef vision because Clef was attacking him, and D-Croft was just patient the whole game. And that's why you saw Clef drive up the field. And when it got to that red zone, he just buttoned him up because there was just no space for him to try to make those shots.
You know, this match is happening. Sometimes you just get that first 4 out of the way. Oh, walk us through what happened with D-Croft.
You know, I thought D-Croft played great offense throughout the entire game, but right here, it looks like he kind of confused Clef's defense a little bit, motioning that B receiver in, and made his corner get stuck. Just no coverage over there on the right side of the field. Wide open corner out Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, D-Croft, you know, that first drive, it's nothing like out there on that first drive. You know, I saw D-Croft when he motioned and opened up that corner route, no matter what, you know, Clef was trying to get over there with him. Everybody knows D-Croft saw the read, it was going to be open. D-Croft just looked like he was prepared for the defense that brought out.
To me, it was almost as D-Croft had no bad plays in that game, really. You know, on offense, it seemed like even when he got stopped and he had to punt that second drive, they were still well-executed plays. It was just great defense. 0 mistakes from D-Croft that entire game.
In the glory.
All right, well, D-Croft is through to the grand final. He will face either Joe or Pavan in that matchup, but now he's joined us. Daniel Mycroft, D-Croft, congratulations on this win. I want to get straight to it. You have booked yourself a spot all the way from the LCQ into the finals of the Madden Bowl. I know everyone at home, everyone watching wants to hear. Just describe what's going on with your emotions right now.
It's really about one more game now. That's really all it comes down to. I mean, honestly, yeah, I've come a long way from the start of the LCQ, but if I don't win this next one, I'm gonna be honest, I just would have rather not made it out of LCQ in the first place. To me, this is everything I've been working for about 2 years now. So I know I have to embrace the moment, but stay relaxed and composed in that moment as well. So I know this is a really big game that's coming up for me, but I know I'm gonna be relaxed and composed for it.
D-Croft, you matched up pretty decently with almost everybody in this tournament, and one of the guys you may end up facing, Pavan, is the guy you had to face in the finals of the LCQ. Is there anybody you'd rather match up with again in that grand final? Would it be Pavan? Would it be Joe? Or do you have no preference?
Preparation is key. I'm going to be prepared for both of them, no matter who I play. They're both 2 tremendous players, and I know that they're going to both play a phenomenal game over in the first semifinal, or excuse me, the second semifinal, and I know no matter what happens in that game, I'll be ready.
D-Croft, it's Mo here, man. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have kind of liked you throughout this tournament. I thought that after I seen you play in the LCQ, you were extremely prepared. And then when I seen your team for the Madden Bowl, I was like, this is as balanced as it's going to get. If he's able to score on offense, he doesn't even have to score every drive, but if he's able to just put some drives together, get some points, I love how you constructed your defense. And, you know, I think that's been the key throughout this entire tournament for you is how well you built your team. You know, I think a lot of people had, you know, were scratching their head a little bit. But I just kind of want to get inside your brain just a little bit, if you don't mind, now that you're in the finals, you can kind of relax a little bit. What was the team building process like for you?
The biggest guy I went to fantasy, honestly. So when I went to fantasy, he's one of my fantasy guys. He plays a lot of mud. He plays defense a ton. He screens all the time. And he's just like a general mud guy. So I made sure I went to fantasy about the team I should make and everything about it. So I went to him a lot about the effect I had. And the big decision I think for me throughout this season was that Frank Clark. I think, like, first of all, if you're a Seahawks fan, you put the Seahawks uniform on him and the Seahawks card out on him, I'm telling you, that's one of the best cards in the game. So I think that was one of the big reasons was bringing in Frank Clark in this manifold.
What's going on, man? Now, you know, I was just thinking about, you know, last year how you lost.
You'll be lost to history.
And this year you was able to pull it out. Spot the field. You know, you kind of feel like the stars are aligning for you this year. Like everything's just kind of shaping up.
I mean, we'll see after the next game.
Right. D-Drop, he's not giving us much. You know, you want to stay focused. I understand it. He's a soccer player. He's taking it all to the stick now, and that is he's got one game for the championship. Coming up, we have one semifinal in the book, but still to come is the top-seeded Joke and the match major winner, Hobbit. Other semifinals. Joke is looking for his first game. Hobbit is looking for his first match. See which one of them looks to spot in the grand final of that.
Big day. Closet organizing and jigsaw puzzling. Get Pizza Hut's big dinner box, 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings. Sealed for your safety, all in one box. Choose contactless delivery for you. Curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Looks garbage. That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zeros.
Could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth, fresh ground nut butters.
Join NFL stars competing in a special virtual tournament to benefit Feeding America.
Yeah, baby.
May 22nd on FS1.
Gotta play better than that.
To showcase a real hero, Dr. Evan Shedd.
I know he's better than that.
I want to thank Tracy Thomas,
Dr. Josh Hughes, Haley Wickenheiser,
Dr. Lucy.
Savannah Stewart,
thank you for all that you're doing. Nobody knew this was coming, but you guys stepped up.
The countless hours you spend in the hospital, coming in on your days off.
What she's doing to help other people putting her health at risk and her family, her loved ones.
When I had the virus, I was a little nervous, a little scared. So just being able to be there.
Thank you, Henry, for bringing your A game every single day. You cheer for us, I want to cheer for you. So get up and call, let's go!
let's go.
Stay strong, Doc. You're the true queen, the real hero.
Bring it on. You bore me. As far as you go. Now stay down. Stay down. stand. Fight to your last. This man's here. Fight.
Community. It keeps us connected, even when unseen enemies drive us apart. The Madden competitive community is no stranger to sticking together. And when their most prestigious event, the Madden Bowl, was threatened by the new normal, the community collectively logged in to stay in play.
Stay in play. Stay in play. Stay in play.
And it's taken all year to whittle down to this collection of the best players of the year. Oh, let's go, baby! And now, here they are, safe at home, but battling for the most coveted title in the sport, Madden Bowl champions.
For the championship.
This is their Super Bowl.
What's up, Cat?
This is the event.
Let's go!
And yet, this one is different than those before it for all of us. Competitors separated by hundreds or thousands of miles, competing against one another with everything they had.
Oh my God!
And yet closer than ever before. Even when standing alone, more connected than ever. Fixated on the same intense goal to become named Madden Bowl champion.
Let your desire for victory.
Welcome back to the Madden NFL 20 Bowl. We have punched our first ticket through to our final, while hanging out with the virtual player clown, 26-year-old Joe and the 19-year-old Thomas. Taking the final time, all going head-to-head. Even though he's 7 years younger, Poppin has a major. Hey there, Ever back from home and also from their respective homes. So, before we get to the developers, caught up with what's going on. Just moments ago, he put Beecroft taking down Clef the Guy, and now awaits the winner of our second semifinal. As you mentioned off the top, that match is Thomas, the Madden NFL 19 Club Championship winner, Joe. This is one of the best single season games, but he's still looking at first. Alright, so it's a big right for Madden, Thomas, Joe. This fits a veteran runner, Joe, and Thomas, so let's start with Bob. Here, but he's looking pretty good at
Man, we got both LCS finalists in the final four. You know, it says something. You gotta come to that jump, come to that fire. It makes you, it shapes you, it molds you. Now, you know, Pablo is one of the hottest players right now. The crazy thing is, he already has the championship. He knows what it's like to win the belt. So the pressure to him isn't nothing. You know, Pablo really is a great player when it comes to offensively, but his defense has been stepping up all tournaments. And I really want to see what he's going to do with this Joke, because Joke has the quarterback. Will he be able to stop the run?
Fox has been leaning heavy on the scrambling line today. Not to mention, Papa makes his bread and butter with the passing game. Serious bro, break down what you have seen from Papa.
So we're seeing a lot of people just like not what happens, not wrong, not a lot of people oppose our players. This play right here is phenomenal. The playmaker up the field while the pressure's coming at down in the game versus somebody that's going to be controlling the clock. Probably the most impressive play thus far in the tournament, and that was in a single elimination play. You know, he takes a sack right now, he ain't going to 2 seconds. And he's been playing so disciplined on offense, making the right plays constantly. You know, I love opportunity.
Alright, let's turn our attention to Joe. Enter the Madden Bowl has been number 1. He's been playing lights out all season and is now his third straight semifinal Madden major. But in this, his 11th try, he's yet to bring home a belt. Clearly, Joe's focus is on making the legacy.
Brute force is
Anytime I get to the point that I start thinking about like what I'm gonna say, if I win, I gotta start to cry because even though I'm gonna cry when I was mad about, so I'm like, alright, what am I gonna say? Who am I gonna shout out? Gotta make sure you don't cry. So it's definitely something to think about, especially once you get to the final 8, the final 4. Hopefully it happens sooner or later, but I can't really This MCS season has been really good. I told myself before the season started I was going to put in a lot of time for every single game. I played the game as much as I could possibly play it, and I'm number 1 in points. I've had the most points ever in an MCS season, and I also have the highest average finish ever in an MCS season. So if I win the Madden Bowl, it's safe to say I've had the best MCS season ever. The season started off in the Classic, and a week before the Classic, I decided to switch offenses and teams. I was using Cowboys and running iPhone tight and just running the wide receiver play. I switched to Philadelphia Eagles, and I switched to a formation called Flex Post. I played Henry, and I feel like I outplayed him that game. I put in Jordan Howard, who had, I believe, 98 carries, and his first handoff, he fumbled. That kind of changed the game completely because I was going to go into half winning either by 7 or by 10. And instead of me going into half winning, I went into half losing. And then my next drive, I threw an open pass on 4th down and dropped it. So I definitely was pretty unlucky for that tournament. Going into clubs, the same thing happened. I switched my offense, and I switched to the QB blast out of a new formation that EA had into the game, which was the Taysom Hill quarterback package. I probably spent the most cap on offense. My Lamar Jackson, I believe, was 180 cap, and I went with it where I was going to treat him as a running back. I went into that tournament feeling that I was the best I could possibly be. Day 3, I go into the day knowing I have to play single, and I knowing Single was going to be the QB blast, and then of course the 4th down play where I went insane. After that moment, I really felt like, alright, this is the tournament to win. I have to be Trini. I thought if I beat Trini, I would win the tournament. So just played a bad game. Nothing went against me. I just played a bad game. A few plays I wish I could have back. Winning a belt for my legacy, I think at this point would probably put me as a top 5 Madden player of all time. It would probably put me as the best MCS season ever. It would put me, I believe, top 2 winning. So it definitely would mean a lot.
And there's the joke that's obviously focused on the task of bagging the belt. Future, is this the major in which Joe gets the main focus?
I don't know, man. So I really hope it is because he's came from the level. Joe is always good. He's been got to be year in and year out. But that's just been the knock on him. Some reason he just can't get the job done. Third and Final 4 games this year. He's having a great season, probably the best season ever. And that's just been his knock. He can't finish. And nobody needs to hear more than him. He knows it. I talked to him this morning. He's like, look, I already know it. Everybody keeps thinking it's
now stay down.
He said, I'm tired of the pressure. I'm tired of hearing it like you're tired of answering, man. He said, I want to get the job done. Don't you believe I want to get the job done? I said, yes, you do. Yes, I do. He said, well, you know, man, I got to take it one game at a time, and I'm just going to try to focus on it.
As far as you go.
I think that Joe had a great season. Every tournament it seems like he has been ahead of the curve.
Get him, baby.
I remember at
Walk
the
him
class,
down.
I watched him in his group play.
Walk him down.
The Eagles. Nobody else was using the Eagles. And I was
Can I
like,
walk him down?
what am I going to stop him to play one of these guys? But luckily for me, I didn't have to play one of them until later in the tournament. So I got that night before to prepare and really concentrate. And then the club championship, you know, you're running that QB blast, and nobody can stop it all. Then when you get down to that final point of the tournament, you get that game is so great, you just have all the time in the world to laugh. So there's only 8 people at the tournament, and everybody, you know, rooting against you probably. So everybody gets in the live level, and you know, they're able to find something to QB blast. You know, I feel like this is kind of the same story. You know, I feel like it's hard to stack it. But luckily for him, he is the best defensive player in the world, so he's going to try to get his defense where it's in. I don't think he's going to be able to run the ball very effectively, but if he's able to force some turnovers, he'll do good.
So, you won 2 majors yourself. You actually won the first belt in Madden history. How much is winning that first belt players trying to go down in history?
I'll be honest, for me, I won the first belt that they had in MCS, and you know, the years prior to that, I was the best Madden player in the world. I would say almost everybody was that. So after I won the first one, I'll be honest, it was like expected. I thought I was going to come in and win all these, and that's just the truth of it. But you know, I got a quick reality check. I kind of slacked off a bit after I won that first belt. So I hope that doesn't look kind of a joke if he is able to get one. But it's definitely reducing that much off the back. The only problem is you're trying to really get a drive with that though. You know, you're going to be like, all right, I've done everything. What do I need to do?
It's definitely going to be a monkey off this guy. He definitely wants to win. Don't get me wrong. I guarantee he's going to cry if he wins. Alright, I see how you just gave her a little just pat himself on the back to his own. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he does have two belts, but remember he did go 4-3. And guess what? Joke is in the same shoes as me. He ain't got a belt. He's just as hungry as me. So guess what? You don't need to ask for. You need to ask me how Joe feel. Joe feel like me. He want to be a champion.
Alright, speaking of patting on the backs or bumping on the chest, I'm going to start with you, sir. What do you have in this game, man? Both these guys got a ton of momentum coming into this.
Man, I'm going with Joe, man. I just feel it in my gut. I was wrong last time. I was wrong. Who knows what it could have been.
And that Frank Clark could be the difference maker in this tournament, going up against Pavin, who's very pass heavy. That power specialist allows him to create havoc up front. And Joe, we know in that Oakland Raiders offensive play, he's spread run heavy, so he just loves power run formations like I form, strong, weak, and he's also in Miami on defense.
Well, as they like to say at the amusement park, let's reach back and check those belts one more time. Buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to everybody watching us on ESPN2 and across all the online platforms. 2 games away from crowning a Madden Bowl champion. We're going to fill that final. It is Pavin on offense first, the passer out of these two. And he's got Michael with the half quarterback on the left side. We got defense on the first play. Picked off by Justin Reed. A little stop and go. One play, one touchdown. And Joe putting it on the board.
Oh my God, first play of the game, and Joe with a pick 6 to take advantage of 7-0. What a way to start the semifinal game. Oh my goodness.
You can call him a runner, but first and foremost, Joke is the top defensive player in competitive Madden, and he starts off this Madden Bowl semifinal with a pick 6 to put him up 7-0 over the Madden 19 club champion. Let's take a look one more time at our Snickers intercept replay TD straight up look.
Pavin goes that little baby out that he loves. Joe all over with Justin Reed and some nasty stick work to take it to the crib. What a way to start the game if you're Joe.
Well, if there's one conflict for Pavin, it can't get much worse because he throws it out to Kellen Winslow this time. He finds the right team, picking up 6.
Listen, we said these guys have played twice in big games before. Last year, Pavin beat Joe in the final 8 of the Club Championship Series, and Pavin went on to win $100,000 in the belt. And then just last week in group play, Pavin beat Joe on one of the most craziest endings we've ever seen. So Pavin has the advantage. Joe, when we talked to him, said he was going to make some adjustments. He had a couple wrinkles up his sleeve going up against Pavin's bunch. We'll see what Pavin can do here to retaliate.
Second and 4, pressure brought by Joe. He'll get outside of the pocket and look up the sideline. That's Torrey Holt with the catch. Keep the feet in bounds all the way up to the 44-yard line. Nice throw from Michael Baker.
Excellent play right there by Pavin. And you know, Joe is known as an aggressive defensive player. He likes to bring the game. He likes to blitz. You saw it there. Pavin had 3 routes up there. He basically had all 3 routes pretty open. He had the drag underneath. But he's able to wait. He was patient to get that corner on the sideline.
John Ross coming in motion on first and 10. Rush to the left side. Former Hokie, Mike Vick at quarterback, rolling out right, looking down the sideline, but nobody went there. He'll throw that one away. TD, what does it do for the confidence of Joe to start off the game with a pick 6?
That is huge. You know, we talked to Joe. He said he feels like if he scores 13 points, he's going to win every game. And then you're going to get a pick 6 to start the game. You're already in complete control. You're in business. So for Joe's confidence is right now.
For Pavin so far, nice recovery. He hasn't overly panicked. Got it down inside 50-yard line. Vick looking right side. That one just flat route to Kellen Winslow. Hits him with the stop turnaround and go. Put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. He's to the 26-yard line.
Joe continuing to bring the pressure, and Pavin is recognizing it. He just throws a little baby out route to that Kellen Winslow. And we know that Kellen Winslow is so important to Pavin's offense. He uses him as fullback for some fullback dives. And he throws to the flats right there for a nice pickup.
You'll be lost in history.
It does look like Pavin may be coming out to give the ball to Kellen Winslow again. That far tight slot formation, he'll give it to Kellen Winslow. But you know, Joe, he knows how to stop the run being a runner himself.
Yeah, you said it earlier, Nick. I think Joke is regarded as the top defensive player on the circuit in our sport. And, you know, I'm going to say it. I think Joke is a top 5 defensive player of all time. And on that note, I think Joke is a top 10 player of all time. You know, that one thing that he doesn't have is that belt that we've said so many times, but made it so hard to score on Joke when he's on defense.
What a year Joke has had so far. 1,900 MCS points, 5th in the Madden Classic, 3rd at the clubs, 3rd at the Challenge. Yet no finals appearances. He's looking to make it the first finals appearance to win here against Pop. 2nd down and 11. Gun tight slots formation as Vic drops back to pass. All the time in the world with only a 3-man rush. He'll dump it underneath to Kellen Winslow. If you're Joke, are you comfortable just giving up those little 3-4 yard underneath routes as opposed to the big play?
Definitely. If you're Joke right now, you're in complete control. You're up 7. Now Pavin's getting close to that red zone. If you're Joke, you just want to hold the 3 and you get the ball. You're going to get the ball in half. So you're complete. You have the advantage in the game right now. So if you can hold the 3, it's definitely a win.
Looking for that corner route, but the pressure from the Miami Dolphin and former Ohio State Buckeye, Jerome Baker with the sack. You said Joke wanted to hold Pavin to 3. Well, this is a 45-yard attempt to do just that. The kick is up, and it is good. We've got a 7-3 ball game.
Great defense, you know, with the coverage look, and that Jerome Baker, that linebacker for the Miami Dolphins who he's using here, has been so crucial in this tournament for a lot of guys. You know, not a bad drive by Pop. He's able to retaliate, get some points on the board, but definitely a win for Joke. He's still got the lead, he's getting the ball on offense.
Well, so the first time we're going to see Joke come out offensively, and TD, there may be 11 players on the field for him, but there's only one that really matters to him, and it's Game Snippers.
Yeah, so for the viewers out there that are just tuning in, you know, we're in the salary cap mode, so we have a 13.25 cap that guys can build their team. Each player has a certain cap limit, and Joe decided to stack his team on the offensive line, the defense, and his running back. So if he doesn't have a quarterback, you're going to see Tress Way, the punter, a quarterback, a decent amount. You might see he has a low cap Eli Manning that can't really throw the ball. So you're just going to see him run every play. So if he gets into 4th down situations, he's automatically going to punt unless it's like 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. But it's a very sound, optimal strategy for Madden 20. I know not a lot of people like it, but it's the way Joe fits his strategy because he's such a good defensive player, and he's not going to turn the ball over a lot with this type of offense.
And on top of that, because we are not only playing salary cap, but we're inside of Madden Ultimate Team, you're going to see a mix of current players, rookies, and legends of the past. Gale Sayers taking the carries left side. He'll pick up 5.
There's that 98 overall Gale Sayers, and we've seen Pavin, you know, he's had good run defense. It's kind of been his weakness in the past, but he really has improved on defense every year, and you see it there again, made it in the backfield. Great user play by Pavin.
Shoot the gap, had it 20, all about those abilities. You saw the star underneath of some of the players that indicates that they do have one of those superstar abilities. 3rd down and 5. Pavin gets a stop he so sorely needs after a pick 6 on his first play. 3rd down and 5. Armstead in motion from right to left. It's going to be Gale Sayers trying to find some right side. He will pick up the 1st down, but that could have been much worse as there's a lot of green grass on the right side of the field.
Yeah, you know, Joke is kind of a savage when it comes to preparation and preparing for this tournament. This guy, he will talk to everyone, he will find out everything, he knows everything. So I know he was up all night labbing for this run defense. He has all types of runs that can beat this defense. And you saw there, he used some nice motion blocking on that halfback dive. He was able to pick up the 1st down.
Hand up to Sayers left side, trying to get around Burton Hanks. Burton Hanks with the tackle. Shoestring here goes crazy, TD, for a game that has been, you know, both criticized and, praised for bringing back the run game and being a run-heavy version of Madden. They'll have one runner in the final 4 of the Madden Bowl biggest tournament of the year as we hit the end of 1.
We really saw the better change as the year went on. You know, the year started in August at the Madden Classic. We saw that armbar, that jukebox. Then we got into, club championship. We saw Chris Johnson running wild. But now as we head into the later of the year, it's all about defense, in my opinion. I know there's only one runner left, but to me, D-Croft, it's been his defense that's what's catapulted him. I know he's unique on offense. His offense is phenomenal, but his defense is really the story, especially in that game versus Clef. And then we know with these guys, Pavin improves on defense every game. And Joe, as we already said, the best defensive player. So it's really coming down to defense as we get later in the year.
Can I walk him down?
Sacks for D-Croft against Clef the God in our first semifinal. 3rd down to 2. Arm set in motion. Last time this was a run to the right. This time he'll stay right down the middle. And he will pick up enough for a first down. So far, we haven't seen the big play from Gale Sayers, but it's been 5 to 6 yards at a time, and Chuck is driving.
Very methodical for Joe this time. Remember, he's getting the ball back. You'll see he's got these big offensive linemen, tight end, at receiver. I think he's found a run that works.
There goes the big play. Put on your windbreakers, ladies and gentlemen. He got a gale force win into the end zone. Joe puts up double-digit lead.
And Joe reached that mark he wanted. He wanted 13 points. He felt like he would win this at 14. Will that be enough? He's found some runs that really work for Pavin's run defense. And now it's time for Pavin to answer.
Joe putting points on the board with his defense. Putting points on the board with his offense. So far, a great start for Joe as we take a look at this run one more time. Tyler Davis, one cut, Gale's out.
Staying that single back, just a quick halfback dive, using that speed boost all the way up the field for an easy touchdown. Gale Sayers, all that speed.
How about Joe right there? Off the touchdown. It seems like when he's able to score, the next play after the kickoff, it seems like he brings the fire defensively.
That's Joe's style, man. He loves to bring the heat, very aggressive, but he switches up here, goes with a coverage look.
Nobody open downfield. Crosser had a streak on the left side of both of them. Double coverage plus, 3rd and 10 upcoming. TD, it's early in this game, but this feels like a key moment for Pavin.
Yeah, it's huge, you know.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
A lot of people, and I talked to some guys last night talking about this, you know, we thought Pavin was maybe a fluke. Who is this kid? But let me tell you, this kid is for real. He gets better each time he plays. I mean, he's won a belt. I think he's really clutch, and he's very in control. He's very disciplined when it comes to both sides of the ball. So, and Pavin's a fighter. I expect to see him stay in this game. We'll see what he can do on this big 3rd and 10 now.
The wind's still in my corner, buddy.
We asked Pavin, you know, what has been your toughest game so far through the LCQ and the Mad Bowl? He said, this is his last game against Kim. He said at halftime he had to change his song, lock in, and mentally talk to himself, make some key adjustments on defense, get the ball back. And right now, down 14-3, we have to do the same thing against Joe. Back into that gun punch to the left side as Cribbs will come in motion. Michael Vick takes the snap. The lefty rolls out right. Looking for the corner out. That's Josh Cribbs. Did he get it in bounds? Yes, he did. Give him 24 and a first down on 3rd.
Great job by Pavin. Did that corner out. He had a streak behind it to bring back the zones. He had a drag coming from the backside as well underneath. So Pavin played underneath more, gave up that corner, or Pavin was able to get that corner on the sidelines for a big play.
Holt will take the drag route. That's a great way to deal with the pressure that Joe brings. Work underneath. The offensive line so far has been able to pretty much handle the pressure, but for Pavin, it's trying to distinguish when Joe's bringing the pressure and when he's dropped back into coverage. This time the pressure picked up nicely. He'll get outside the pocket. How many times have we seen Michael Vick make big plays like that?
He loves that Mike Vick. He's so good with him. I would put him up there as one of the best Mike Vick users. Talking about Pavin. You know, we really have a chess match going on right now. Joe, I really like what he's doing. He's come out in this nickel normal formation this game. We haven't seen a lot of him running that this year. I know he liked it at the beginning of the year, but he's mixing up coverage as well. But Pavin is really fighting back too. And, you know, he recognized the blitz coming there. He's able to roll out, get a big first down with Mike Vick.
Man rush from Joe on 1st and 10. Vick will take off and slide down. One important note though, Joe just used his final timeout of the half. He'll have none if he gets the ball back.
Yeah, very interesting decision. But I think Joe is very comfortable with his 11-point lead, so he's fine with using his timeouts. He can't take them with you to halftime, so he's all right with it right now.
Lucky.
He'll get outside the pocket one more time with Vick. You know, we talked about Joe how he's one of the top defensive players, TD. He's been so good being aggressive and bringing the blitz, but right now his coverage is standing strong.
Yeah, and he went with the match concept there. So what that is a zone look, but it kind of turned into a man defense. The corners or the secondary match onto your receivers. We've seen it a lot with D-Crop, a lot of the guys using it here in the tournament. Joe mixing it in. He's mixing a lot of coverages up right now. He's blitzing, playing some cover 2 looks, cross banding, and then the match concept. So he's really making it difficult for Pavin to predict what he's going to do. Now he goes into the 1-4-6. We'll see if Pavin has an answer for it.
They come third and four, look at left side, there's Torrey Holt. Talk about the key play for Pavin run through the LTQ in the Manifold. It's been that Torrey Holt who's made big catch after big catch to get the 2-minute warning.
Torrey Holt has been Pavin's whole offense, man. Besides that, Mike Vick, he's got those abilities on him, so that playmaker ability allows him to kind of move on the field if he wants to. You just flick your right stick up or left, he can go wherever you want. He's been a big component of Pavin's offense.
Playmaker pulled back right that time, but uses Vic to pick up 5. The chess match continues. Who will make it to the Madden Bowl final? The right to face D-Croft, crowned Madden 20 champion. Second out of 5. Vic in the shotgun. Jalen Samuels, 10-cap running back. Not going to see him use a whole lot of energy for pass pro. Maybe he'll catch one pass in this entire game. 3-man rush from Joe. Dancing in the pocket. He'll be taken down at the 27-yard line. Who will fit Jerome Baker containing Michael Vick once again?
This is such a chess match going on now. So what Pavin's doing, he's trying to audible to that snug split look, turn it in so it kind of catches Joke off guard. And it turns into kind of a bunch of then he audibles to bunch. So Joke is forced to kind of reset his play to line up correctly. So both these guys through a lot of adjustments, a lot of strategy going on right here. This is highlight.
3rd and 7. Pavin doesn't want to have to settle for another field goal on a good drive. But no one's open downfield. He'll throw it back across the middle. That's the route that's gotten him a couple big first downs throughout this tournament. The delay from Kellen Winslow.
Man, that has been the route of Madden 20, the delayed fake. We've seen it so many times. It can be a backbreaker because you think you have everything covered, and then all of a sudden at the last second out of nowhere, you can release the tight end on that fade route, and Pavin executes it perfectly for a big first down.
Clock running down in the first half. We're under a minute to go and counting. Big drop and back. Pressure is picked up nicely. He'll find Kellen Winslow. As TD called that baby out route one more time.
There's the baby out route to the tight end. I love that route. Joe decided to bring the heat right there. Pavin recognized it quickly. And if Pavin can get 7 here, this is a huge momentum change going to the half.
2nd and 7. Vic, all the time in the world, and then all that time got shut down as Dwight Freeney came around the edge.
Yeah, great defense right there. Those sheds came through off the edge, and this is a big play in the game now. If you're Joke, you have to hold him to 3, and if you're Pavin, you really want to get a touchdown. You don't want to come out of here with a field goal, but 3rd and 14 in the red zone is very difficult.
20 seconds remaining in the half. A frantic pace here in our second semifinal. The block on the edge, Vic gets outside. Oh, his receiver didn't continue the route. Pavin's going, why isn't the RB? Keep running with me. 4th and 5 in decision time.
Wow, you guys both nailed it. You and Pavin. The post route stopped running. He might have had a touchdown if he would have passed that safety. He stopped running. Pavin had no choice but to run with Vic, and Joe pulled him to the field goal he needed.
But Pavin's sitting there going, in Raider Nation, you know Coach Gruden would have pulled that receiver to the sidelines and sat him on the pine for not continuing that route. The kick is away. It's going to be Franco Harris on the left side of the field. 9 seconds left. You may say 9 seconds isn't a lot of time, TD, but with Gale Sayers, anything can happen.
Yeah, we saw it back in the club championship. Volterac using it with Chris Johnson. Does Joke have one in him? You know he's going to do a little handoff to Gale Sayers here. Let's see what happens.
That's back inside. He'll be taken down at the 30-yard line. That will take it to 0s on the clock. 14-6. Joke with the lead. TD, this first half, it sort of comes down to 2 big things. The pick 6 from Pavin on the first play of the game. The fact that Pavin had 2 drives inside the 30-yard line and only came away with 6 points.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the story of Joke's career has been defense, defense, defense. And here in the semifinals, a chance to go over the Madden Bowl, it's been Joke's defense. Does Pavin have an answer in the second half?
We are at halftime in our second semifinal of the day for the right to take on D-Croft to be Madden 20 champion. It is 14-6 on the legs of Gale Sayers. Joke with the lead. As we know, Joke's one of those guys that typically has plenty to say. He has been mic'd up. Let's look Guys, make sure you head over to the Madden Competitive Gaming channel on YouTube for access to each and every match from the Madden NFL 24, as well as every match from this Madden Championship Series season. Make sure to subscribe as we update throughout the week. Right now, you can see matches from the group stage onward, and if you missed anything from today's semifinals, that'll be uploaded shortly. The Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube channel is the official home for VODs and all the best matches. Take a look at the season that Joke has had so far. Tyler Davis, 3 top 5 in 3 majors. How about you make it 4 here at the Madden Bowl?
By far the best year from any player this year has been Joke. 5th in the Classic, 3rd in the Club, 3rd in the Challenge. Here he is again in the Final Four. But you saw on that chart, he just can't get to the finals. He has before back in Madden 17. He lost to Skimbo in the finals. He's made 5 Final Fours in 11 events. Could this be his day, man? He's got a great advantage right here getting the ball to start the second half.
Gale Sayers spins off the tackle, and then he goes into full stumble and fumble mode. He'll only pick up 2.
Yeah, he almost broke one right there. If he was able to kind of click the stick down and keep his guy up. But fortunate play for Poppin right there. Back to the single back wing flex close. Joke goes.
It's Gale Sayers trying to get outside. There goes Sayers on the edge. As he'll get inside the 50-yard line. Big run for Gale. 10 carries, 97 yards. That's easy math. 9.7 per carry.
This is the thing about Joke. When he finds something that works, he's going to stick to it, and he's not going to give up. And he's sticking to the single back wing flex close dive. It's been having a lot of success. Poppin doesn't have an answer for it so far.
This time he'll try to go right down the middle. He'll get 1 yard on the play. For Poppin, looking for his 2nd belt. Back in Madden 19, he's the 3-time Raiders Club champion. This is actually a battle of 2 3-time club champions. Poppin, the 3-time club champion for the Raiders. Joke, the 3-time Cleveland Browns club champion. Poppin, the only one with the belt last year in Madden 19. Also took home a cool $100,000. 2nd out of 9 in that single back wing flex formation. He'll give to Sayers, trying to find some room, but once again, good pressure from Poppin's defense.
That's the defense Poppin needed. Way to stand up for yourself, and now a big 3rd and 9. Look, Joke has a great kicker. Remember, he doesn't have a quarterback, so he spent a lot of his cap on his kicker. So he only needs about 5 yards here. And making a 2-possession game would be huge. Poppin cannot allow more than 4 or 5 yards here.
Be an NFL record from here, 64 yards. 3rd and 9, Sayers trying to get outside. He'll pick up 4. It'd be a 60-yard field goal from here. The game says let's go for it, and Joke's going to bring out the kicker.
60-yard. This is not easy to hit. Let's see if Joke can clutch up. This is a big kick.
Didn't hit it all the way at the top. The meter doesn't have the leg, though. It does. 17-6. Joke giving a pat on the back to the special teams.
And you hear him. That's why he invested in his kicker. That's a huge kick right there. This game is going exactly how Joke wanted. Now he's up 2 possessions and he can get on defense. So that was a big kick right there. A 60-yarder by Joke.
If there's one thing we know, TD, we know that Poppin not only is a fighter, but he has the offense to break out a big play and change the complexion of the game.
Without a doubt, man. This kid, in my opinion, a top 5 offensive player in the game. There's no quit in him. He's in that gun bunch. Let's see if he can cook up. Joke is mixing his coverage as well, so Poppin's got to kind of counter and find an answer.
Let's see if Poppin can find out one of those deep balls he's waiting for. There's a lot working underneath as Vic just throws that one away. It'll be a space of 2nd and 10. The pressure from Joke's defense getting to Michael Vick as he's back into that gun bunch. It's been a nice combination of mixing in the pressures and coverage downfield. Only a 3-man rush this time. But here comes Frank Clark. That's a big man. A power specialist coming after Michael Vick.
Go get that man.
2 plays in a row. The story of this tournament, in my opinion, is that Frank Clark, power specialist. That's 2 plays in a row. He almost had a sack. Frank Clark is causing havoc in the backfield. Every single play, just watch this guy when the ball is hyped. He's such a problem to deal with. Poppin double teaming him there, so he's doing a good job, but then he still sheds. So it's a big 3rd down now for Poppin.
Pretty sure Joke staring into the camera there was trying to stare into Frank Clark's soul. Tell him to get after the quarterback. 3rd and 10. Vic outside the pocket. He was looking for the closer. Taken away by Joke. And one more big hit. Kellen Winslow needs some fly paper because he dropped that key catch.
There's that delayed fade again, and Joke is all over for it now. This is a big decision for Pavan. You're down 2 possessions. Do you punt the ball and play defense, or do you go for it? You know, this is a big decision in the game. This could be, you know, an appearance in the final. And he's going to punt it. He's going to take the conservative route and trust his defense.
Anger punting this one away. I know somebody's feeling a little bit of anger right now. It's Pavan, and that's the 32-yard line. So it's going to be on the shoulders of that defense, TD. We talked about it yesterday. Pavan known as a great offensive player out of that gun fund, but we saw during the club championship last year. He played some amazing defense out of that 3-3-5 as Gale Sayers just rolls over the top of the defender and picks up another 2.
Gale Sayers gets glitchy on him, falling forward for 4 yards. And right now, if you're Joe, you're in complete control. Man, you just want to use all this clock you can and get out of the third quarter.
Quick pause in the game, and I love that attitude from Pavan. He had a brief moment where he went, should I talk to leadoff about this? Should I bring it up to the admin? And he went, no, man, you gotta get your stop. I love that attitude.
And you see Joe going back to his dive. Pavan has not had an answer for it. It's getting down to the end of the game here. Pavan's gonna have to stand up. He's gonna have to play some run defense versus single back.
Joe using that entire play clock. It is Gale Sayers. Big hit left side. They're going to give him no gain on the play. 3rd and 5 upcoming. And it may be Pavan's tournament hopes on the line because Joe is using every second of the play clock.
And that's what separates him from great here in competitive match in our game management, clocking. And Joe, you're going to see these audible around here. He has no intent to hike the ball until the play clock is under 3 seconds. He ideally wants to get it under 40 on the game clock so that it can be the last play of the third. I don't know if that will be possible. He's definitely going to stick to the ground game here on his 35.
I formation, Sayers dotting the I. He will take the carry, try to cut outside. He's got a first down and more. Merton Hayes will bring him down, but the bounce outside from Gallopin Gale. The Kansas Jayhawk picks up another first down and Joe in firm control.
That is a huge run right there from Joe. Gale Sayers gets to the end on that little dive, all that speed, and now Joe is going to be in control of the game going into the 4th quarter with the ball. It's going to be difficult for Pavan to come back, but there is time. He just has to hold Joe on this possession. On these 3 downs, he's got to get a stop. He cannot give up another first down, or it'll be very difficult to come back from.
There's one thing we've learned in this tournament, that anything can happen in the game of Madden. We've seen the impossible come true, as that will be the final play of the quarter. And right now, Joe is 5 minutes away from a spot in the Madden Bowl final. 17-6 behind Gale Sayers. Guys, this is unbelievable. 5 left. We are going to step aside for a quick break for viewers on ESPN2. When we come back, it's the 4th and final quarter between Joke and Pavan. For those of you on Twitch and YouTube with us, it's time to head to the 4th quarter. It's presented by Creamy Snickers. You're not smooth when you're hungry.
This looks garbage. Not bad, who's that? It's like a bag of zero.
Try this creamy Snickers. You can use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
For those of you watching us on Twitch, make sure your EA account is linked to your Twitch account for a chance at a 95 overall Gronk. And if you tune in for an hour today of the Madden Bowl, you'll get a random 98 to 99 overall player from the top 5 of the NFL draft class of 2020.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Welcome back, everyone watching over on ESPN2. We are 5 minutes away from knowing who will play for the Madden 20 Championship. It is Joe currently with a 17-6 lead. Nick Mazesco, Tyler Davis along with you, TD. Joe's defense has been stellar. His run game has been consistent. He looks in firm control.
He's in complete control here as we start the fourth. And, you know, Joke just really dominating on the ground. I'm surprised. I thought Pavin would have a little bit more for run D, but I think that goes to show Joke preparing for that run defense, been in the lab all night, and he's found something that really works with that single back wing flex close halfback dive.
I mean, as you said before we go to break, safe to say this set of downs is the tournament life for Pavin.
Oh, without a doubt. He cannot give up another first down. If he does, the clock will go down all the way to about the 2-minute warning. It's going to be very difficult. So these next 2 plays are huge for Pavin.
Here we are! No!
Oh, Eli Manning, the 10 count!
Why Eli Manning get that?
Fumble! Absolute lumber in the middle of the defense, but Joe comes up with a fortunate recovery.
Blood, flesh, and snow.
Oh my God, the person Joe spent the least amount of cap on, his quarterback. Eli Manning, the 10 cap, possibly makes the biggest play of his year for him. Recovering the fumble. Oh my goodness. But for Pavin, that's exactly what you needed. That was the turnover and an unfortunate break. But there's still life. You gotta get that. You gotta move on to this play. You gotta hold it here on this 3rd and 13.
Get it out on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag 10 caps matter. 3rd and 13. Stretch run left side for Sayers. Reed makes the tackle, keeps him out of field goal range, and Pavin stays alive. But what could have been if he was able to get to that fumble?
Oh man, 2 great big plays right there. You see on that play, the pancake with that nasty streak that Joke has on his offensive line made a huge hole. But you know, the one criticism I would say for Joke and how he's such one of the best players, best defensive player, but his stick work is not always great when he runs the ball. And right there was a one-on-one situation. He could have made something happen after he got that pancake, but he's not. Pavin's able to get the stop he needed, so he does have life.
Stress way to try to pin Pavin deep in his own territory. This one's a good one. He'll get to the 7-yard line, so Pavin needs to go 93 yards to put a touchdown on the board with only 3:37 on the clock. But he's a passer. He's got the ability to break out some big plays. Can he solve the puzzle? It is Joke's defense. Ross was put out wide right, only a 3-man rush once again from Joke. Pick will find the halfback, Jalen Samuels. We said he might get a catch today. He picks up 9.
Nice little option run right there on the backfield to his halfback. We've seen Jalen Samuels make some big plays down the field in this tournament, but a nice little play there. He's got to get through his 2nd and 2 now.
Let's get 4-man rush this time from Joke. As he rolls out with Vic, he's going to take a sack, doesn't throw the ball away. Jerome Baker, MVP for the Joke defense.
Just excellent defense. Pavin did a great job with his protection. He rolled out, but Joke had every route back. There was nothing for Pavin to throw. 3rd and 4 now, his own 13. He's got to make something happen.
Come on! Pressure down goes Vic. This time it's Jadavian Clowney with the sack. 4th and 8. Tyler Davis, this is your ball game.
Pavin's been clutch all year, all tournament. Does he have one more in him? He needs this to stay alive. His season on the line, the game on the line. He needs to convert this first inning.
The defense from Joke has been stellar. They have one stop here to possibly seal a spot in the Manifold Final. Hold in motion, Vic in the shotgun. 3-man rush, waiting, looking, pressure, looking right side. He's got Josh Cribbs, he's got a first down.
He's been clutch all tournament long, and Pavin steps up in the pocket and does it again. A huge dog. He went with double crossing routes. Joke stuck with the one he shouldn't have stuck with because he was matched up. And then the one that came free wide open, Josh Cribbs on the sideline, and Pavin staying alive.
2:32 to go like the Bee Gees. He's staying alive. Vic stepping up, looking right side. That's Torrey Holt one more time. Inside the 50. Good tackle for Joke, though. Keeping him in bounds and keeping that clock running. There is the runoff newly introduced in Madden 20 as we near the 2-minute warning. Pavin will take the snap in the pocket, looking downfield. Nobody open. He's going to have to throw this one to Torrey Holt. Little possession catching the 31-yard line. It looked like he was going to throw it away, TD, but he picks up 17.
What a risky pass, the gambling man, and he takes a chance and it pays off. And I'm interested to see if Pavin thinks about kicking his field goal here soon. Go and make it a one-possession game and play defense. I know you're going to need that 2-point conversion, but I think he's going to keep taking a couple more chances.
Vic rolling out. Got Winslow over the middle. Little indecisive, probably worried about the clock. He'll just pick up 5 with Vic and get out of bounds.
Great stick work by Joe right there. That little option route when Samuel was coming wide open, you saw Joe click on, and then Papa got nervous so he couldn't throw it, so he had to go out of bounds and take his loss or take his 5-yard gain. But now, like I said, if you're Papa, you might want to think about taking your 3 here soon. I think you're going to take a couple more chances, but if it gets to about a minute, you want to kick your 2.
Uh-oh, that's not what you want to do. Twice Brady with the sack, and 11 seconds come off the clock. Minute 31 and counting, 3rd and 10. Pavin down by 2 scores, utilizing a lot of time here to get set. Vic will drop back, 3-man rush from Joe, stepping up, nowhere to go. He takes another sack. Tyler Davis and Jerome Baker with 4 on the day.
And he accidentally picked the wrong play. They 4th down. There's nothing he can do. And Joe called a timeout. Joe was in field goal block. Oh my goodness. What a sequence of events, but Pavin is going to take his field goal.
TD, we just almost had the second coming of the run commit. Joe comes out in field goal block, and Pavin had receivers all over the place. He does kick his field goal to cut it to a 1-score lead, but that could have been disastrous.
Oh, that was crazy. Because Pavin made a mistake, and he was upset because he didn't kick the field, he didn't press field goal. Then Joe came out in field goal block, so it was a mistake by both guys. Joe called the timeout, and now we're back to a game here because Pavin kicked his field goal, so he does have a chance. But at 1st down, we'll win it for Joe, and it'll put him in the finals.
Raider Nation, your 3-time club champion, is on the ropes. He needs 3 stops. Can't give him 10 yards to stay alive. He gets 1. Merton Hanks for the tackle. Timeout taken.
Yeah, this is big for both guys. This is the game. This is the drive. If you're Joe, you're 13 yards to go into your 2nd final ever in the MCS era. Oh man, something's got to give.
It's Gale Sayers running left side, 1 man to beat, and Merton Hanks making the tackle again. It's usually been Ed Reed with that secure tackler, but so far it's been the Merton show.
Yeah, great tackle in the open field right there. Nice run too, and then a great tackle by Pavin, so both guys showing great stick work. And here we go, 3rd and 5, the season on the line for Pavin. Can he come up with a stop?
Joe 5 yards away from a Madden Bowl final spot. Pavin needing to hold him. Stretch run right side. It was Adrian Amos Jr. coming off the edge. Pavin has a chance. Down by 8, 46 seconds. He's going to get the ball back.
Oh boy, here we go. Pavin did what he needed to do. He's going to have a chance. You got to be careful. Joe could fake this, but he's not going to. He's going to kick it away, and Pavin is going to have a chance for a money drive.
We here in the Madden community, big shout out to our guy RG. He'd be saying, we got the guap drive coming, ladies and gentlemen. 41 seconds on the clock, and it is Pavin. No timeouts. Needs to go, an easy 71 yards. Who doesn't have 71 yards worth of play in 41 seconds? 1st down and 10. Vic in the pocket. Blitz brought by Joe. He avoids the pressure, but no one's open downfield. How can Joe bring that much pressure and there still be nobody open?
Yeah, just what a play. And I'm having flashbacks, Nick, of that game we saw in groups that came down to the wire when Joe accidentally ran commit and Pavin won the game at the end. But Pavin needs 8 points, so the 2-point conversion he's going to need as well.
Here comes Frank. Frank Clark up the middle, forcing him to throw it away. 29 seconds left. TD, I can't help but say I was feeling the same thing. And listen, he does need a 2-point conversion, but we have seen Pavin definitely has the clutch.
Oh, without a doubt, man. He's been clutch all year. Does he have one more drive in him in the Final Four of the Madden Bowl? I'm sweating. I'm on the edge of my seat. Here we go.
I'm always sweating, but that's just because I'm out of shape. 3rd and 1. Vic outside the pocket. He's got his corner on this. Torrey hoped to get the feet of bounce. He did at the 45-yard line. Step 1, get on the other side of the 50.
I'm going to say it now, guys. I think Pavin and Joe is becoming one of the best rivalries we have in the sport. I feel like every game these guys play, they've only been 2, but they've both gone down to the wire, and they were such big games. And you can't get, the stakes can't get bigger. We're on the grandest stage here, the Final Four of the Madden Bowl, and it's coming down to the last play of the game eventually again.
24 seconds. Blitz picked up nicely, but once again, no one open downfield. Here's the part I'm loving about how Pavin is running this drive, TD. He's really making his reads and getting rid of the ball quickly, even if it's a throw.
He's being very smart about it. If you see him, he's kind of taking his time before he calls a play. He's thinking, he's kind of putting the controller, up in the air, thinking about what he wants to do. He went with that post route right there. Joke was all over it. So as you can see, he's very methodical. He's taking his time. He's very in control of himself. He's really going to think about what he's doing. It's a chess match going on right here.
Still needs 45 yards. Step one needs to find the end zone. 20 seconds left. Clock down to 18. Vic outside of the pocket. Looking downfield. Nobody home. He'll run out of bounds. Pick up another 7. But 7 seconds will come off the clock. 3rd and 3. More importantly, he needs 38 yards.
Just a great defensive job by Joe right there. He didn't give up anything over the top. He lurked that crossroad. He lurked the corner. He allowed Pop to run. And if you're fine with that, you want to let Pop run the quarterback. Obviously, you don't want him to get out of bounds. But, oh man, 3rd and 3 now. We'll see if Pop goes for his bread and butter. He loves that wide receiver post play. He loves double crossing routes. Let's see if he cooks up.
Clock down to 15 seconds. No timeouts for Pop, so it's got to be in the end zone or get out of bounds. Frank Clark was looming. Picked. He'll run outside. He'll get out of bounds. Pick up another 7 yards. 9 seconds remain. TD, how many more plays can Pop run?
He's got 2 plays, maybe 1 if he scrambles. It takes a lot of time. Joe switching up the coverage, brought the heat right there. And this is tough. I mean, 31 yards to glory. You got 2 plays, and you got to have a deep corner out and a deep cross. So you got to hope Joe makes a mistake, really. It's very difficult. Oh, man, here we go.
9 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10. Joe bringing the blitz, trying to end it right now. He'll get rid of it. Out of bounds. 31-yard line still. 6 seconds remain. Tyler Davis. If this isn't crunch time, I don't know what is.
This is what you play for. This is why we watch. 6 seconds left for a shot to go to the finals of the Madden Bowl. Does Pop have something cooked up his sleeve?
Big trying to get away. He's set. And Joe has 1 more win from his first start. A defensive masterpiece. Jerome Baker, 4 sacks on the day. 17-9 is your final. Tyler Davis, we have ourselves our Madden Bowl final. It will be Joe taking on D-Croft. But how about the defense that Joe played this entire game, holding Pop 6 to 9 points?
It's only fitting that Joe, known for his defense, on the last play of the game gets a sack to secure himself a spot in the finals. And what a story it would be after all the failures, all the finals, all the Final Fours for Joe, if he could win the bowl. And we're going to have a great finals. I can't wait for it.
Madden Bowl is set. Joe taking on D-Croft. When we come back, we'll have a closer look at this game and what's to come. Don't go anywhere. We've got 1 more game to go.
on Cookie Grits, even though I'm just the one playing right here. And that's...
And I have to pick up with what I've heard. I believe if he does win a belt, I would...
Defense. There was a 95-yard touchdown run in there. There's been some big plays from Decroft on offense. We've seen his Hollywood Brown get loose. 93.
But he's not in it. Has he seen Decroft's offense? How much reps has he had? But then I find out later that Jokas have been playing against Decroft. So this whole time I'm thinking, how's he going to deal with it? How's he going to deal with it? We just found out just in an interview that these guys were practicing together before this. So the fact that they're in the finals and they were lab partners, this is going to be a true chess match.
$40,000 chess match, and here we go. Let's match Franco Harris, the former Steelers great, will rumble towards the sideline, and that's how we get going. Joke repping the Titans will go first. Daniel Mycroft is only 19 years old. Here he is in a final. And as we look at the abilities, what he's loaded up his guys with, we'll take a look and ask Skimbo about all this.
Well, he's got this Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. That escape artist is going to be big for him, but the reason why he really uses him is because of that fast release. Get the body, he's quick. He's got that John Ross there with slot apprentice. That gives him 4 additional hop routes. Keep an eye on that Jensen, though. He's going to give him a bunch of time in the pocket. Look for Joke to really blitz, and then you got to pay attention to that inside stuff. He's going to try to clock those runs, and on offense, he'll be running New England Patriots, and on defense, the Green Bay Packers.
Decroft was 50th on the points board this year. This guy was number 1. And again, looking for belt number 1, even though he's taken those earnings up around 200 grand. It's all about the jewelry. He's got to take it for the belt. And look here at the abilities for Joe.
Well, you look at these abilities, I'll tell you what they mean. He's got this magnet center with identifier. That means he'll be able to see exactly who Decroft is using on. But look at these tackles, that nasty streak. That means if they get to that second level and block a DB or a safety, they're going to put them in the dirt. So you got to make sure your Decroft don't get touched by them. But look for that Frank Clark to be a big key in this game on defense for Joe. He's put a lot of cap in him. And for playbooks, on offense, he's going to be in this Oakland Raiders. Run heavy, he's just going to run the ball. And on defense, the Miami Dolphins.
Let's get this thing going. Let's match. You mentioned this addition of Frank Clark. That's a guy that was just added this week for Decroft. And man, oh man, what a payoff already. 5.5 sacks in the semifinal win that we saw on the way to 12 sacks total in that game. But here's the thing, this will probably be a 0-sack game for Decroft here because Joe never passes. I say that literally. He's run 130 plays in this tournament. He's passed not even once. And in fact, that's a punter and quarterback. Tress Way hands it off. Gale Sayers gets decked.
That's just how it is. These guys really commit to the run. They're not going to bring a quarterback. You're going to see run, and they won't be afraid to punt. But yes, the Frank Clark's wasting cap for Decroft, but he's got that Jerome Baker with inside stuff to help blow up these runs.
255 is on your screen. Frank Clark, one-time Seahawk, who's certainly the favorite team of Decroft. And Jerome Baker of the Dolphins. There's Gale Sayers scooting outside. And dragged down from behind. That's a pretty nice tackle right there, too. By a card that's been very valuable, Marshawn Lattimore.
Absolutely. He's about 98, 99 speed. Cheap cap. He's a great card to have. But Decroft's in this new defense. He is known for a specific run defense of 3-4, but he's not in it. He's in this 3-3-5 wide so far, and he spreads his line, and he tries to shoot the gap with that read at linebacker.
Lattimore, by the way, had the game-ending sack against Potter. Poor Joe. Here's Sayers tripping his way left. It's only 3 yards on 3 carries to make it 4-7. The Decroft defense standing up.
Huge stop to start the game, but honestly with Joe, he spent so much cap on his defense, he's okay with punting the ball here. And it's a great punt. I believe it's going right out of bounds. Perfect punt.
So just back to that run game that Decroft has got to stop. Gale Sayers for Joe went for 343 against Voltrek. They're supposed to have an airtight defense. There was a 95-yard touchdown run in there. There's been some big plays from Decroft on offense. We've seen his Hollywood Brown get loose. 93-yard touchdown earlier today and a 99-yarder a couple days ago.
Well, that's just how he plays. He actually wants to take the underneath. But when he finally catches you sleeping, you're trying to get greedy, you're trying to take away the underneath, that's when he'll pull out a bomb play and he'll find a broken coverage over the top.
Well, coming into today, Daniel Mycroft has made around $20,000 in his Madden career. Already he's made $25,000 today. And he's got a chance for 40 more right here. His first opportunity, although he is a big-time Seahawks fan, young Kim claimed the Seahawks uniforms in this tournament, so he's going Bengals because of his love of Joe Mixon. There's no love at all coming in hot again. That's Lattimore, this time for Joe.
See, it's a very interesting, I think it's too early for me to say this, but that first play, I feel like Cross kind of outthinking himself. I haven't seen him pull that route combo the first play of the game in any game he's played. But like I said, him and Joe played a bunch. So it just makes you kind of wonder, does he feel like what got him here isn't enough for Joe? That should be something interesting to look for.
It's the old I know what you know that I know that you know thing. And I think we'll go back and forth on that this entire game. With 40 grand and a belt on the line. And Aaron Rodgers at quarterback here. He'll scamper and get dipped at the 15-yard line, so a third and long.
You know, in this position, I look for Joe to really sit the house here and just give him something underneath the force support down. However, his coverage defense hasn't been perfect. No one's been open anytime. But I'm just trying to put myself in Joe's shoes. I'm looking for him to really try to blitz right here.
Joe in his 11th EA major. He's been second once, third twice, fifth twice, ninth twice. So close, so often. And he finally went all the way through the tape on national television today. Thanks to our ESPN partnership. Thanks to everybody at EA Sports. It's been a tremendous tournament. Josh Lewin, Michael Skimbo, privileged to bring it to you. Aaron Rodgers goes down. There's Lattimore one more time.
Well, it's exactly what I was trying to think Joe would do. He's sitting everyone. You see, he's disguising his coverage well. He's bringing these slot corners right on the line. Sometimes they're jumping in coverage, and sometimes they are coming at the quarterback. And right there on that 3rd and 15, he sent everyone at him, and now they just traded stops. Joke's right back on serve.
Lickety split first quarter. Now, we should mention with Joe, he was a high school point guard for a good program. I would suggest to you, Skimbo, that's a transferable skill set to Madden, right? Point guard, you gotta see what's in front of you and react to the play.
Yeah, but I can't believe he's punted down the middle. He's given him a chance to return it. Oh, it could have been a bigger play than what it was. But believe it or not, I've actually played basketball with Joe. And sometimes we all get together at these Madden tournaments. We all go out. And we play ball before, and believe it or not, he is actually a really good point guard.
I believe it. And he's a very good Madden player that doesn't have the belt yet. If he gets one here, Gale Sayers will lead the way to Kansas Common.
And I'm happy to pick up on what I've heard. I believe if he does win a belt, I would put him as probably number 5 to number 6 on a all-time list. But, like, it's just, you know, he probably wants this. Him and his crew want Joe to win this belt so bad. He's had so many chances, he just got to put together.
He's Mr. Almost in this Madden universe. And Sayers just playing bumper cars right there.
Josh, speaking of almost, he's had 2 chances to just pop these runs. You see these safeties for Decroft. They're going to try to shoot the gap, and if they miss, he's gone. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, he almost had the wiggle right there. Sayers was trying to score forward. He gets the first down again. Out of the first quarter. We got 5 minutes on the clock, and as Madden played the quarters here. And again, if you're new to Madden, this is a salary cap mode that we're in, right? So even though you're seeing Titans uniforms here, you're not going to see very many, if any, actual Tennessee Titans. Sayers again gets crushed.
Absolutely. You can see different players from different teams. All of these uniforms are rocking. And early, Decroft just went right back in his run defense. He's known for this 3-4 pinch. He's going to put a user in the box. Watch his user. He's going to try to loop around and blow up front himself.
Gale Sayers finally top 3 here at the 43-yard line going in a scoreless game. 40 grand on the line at number 40. Able to get past the 40. And, you know, Skimbo, since you're a part-time golfer, I'm going to put it in this realm for you here. Bill Mickelson, for 12 years, describe as the best player to never win a major. I mean, in a 5-year stretch, he had 17 top 10 finishes, never an actual win, no green jackets, no trophies, and finally, he won the Masters and got that monkey off his back. This is the Masters, right? I mean, this is the green jacket of this particular tournament.
Absolutely, I agree with that. As Deecroft calls the timeout, that was actually referenced as me as one time because I lost a couple finals before I won my first belt a couple years ago. So I've been in his shoes, and it's one of those deals. Once you win one, you just start rolling. It's just, and he could start rolling because he's always consistent. But remember who his kicker is in this down. He's got a 3rd and 7. He does not need to lose about 4 yards, and he should be good for a field goal at least.
Yeah, Zane Gonzalez's kicker might not need a Gale Sayers. Will blast forward close to the 25-yard line.
God, he's almost gone.
Great run stick right there. Like I said, you guys got to pay attention to Deecroft's user. He's really trying to blow up these runs. However, I've said this, they've had rep jokes. Joke knows how to get his user caught up, so he's going with this dive and then popping it to the outside.
Remember, he's got the nasty streak on a couple of these old linemen. Got the identifier on the center, Alex Mack. So a strong firewall in front of Gale Sayers. 3:20 to go first half and still no scores. We'll see here if Joe can push that throttle down. Not yet. Again, close, but can't quite turn the corner. That's 10 rushes for Sayers, averaging about 3 per carry.
Yeah, and I want to explain this to the viewers at home very closely. Look at his top 2 safeties. They are in spikes. They're going to commit fully on the run. Yes, Joe Thomas at wide receiver on the right side. He's not going to pass. So if you're thinking at home, if he just passes the ball, puts a guy on a streak, it's a touchdown. That is right. However, he didn't bring a quarterback or wide receivers. So watch these safeties really get down the box when it's snapped.
Somewhere Joe Thomas is watching really on that wide. Sayers getting wide, getting loose. Touchdown!
It's exactly what I said. He's found the run. He's found that dive ball and then popping it to the left. He's had a lot of success. It was only a matter of time before he broke one for a touchdown.
You just pound away and tenderize the meat right before it barbecues fully. And there's Gale Sayers trotting into the end zone. A 7-0 lead. Most are wrapped up. And a big kick return for Deecroft a little while ago. Here's your Snickers replay.
Just that simple dive, pop to the left, and that's Gale Sayers with 99 speed. If he's got open grass, you're not going to catch him.
One of the really fun things you and I have talked about is, Skippo, when you marry gameplay with NFL history, and everybody now Googling Gale Sayers, I invite you to do that. What a tremendous player he was. Like Barry Sanders, born in Wichita, Kansas. You might have to Google Barry Sanders, depending on how old you are. But for young, for old, everybody in the middle. It's fun. I know you don't have time.
I'm not saying, Josh, you know where I'm from, man? I'm from Oklahoma. How do I not know who Barry Sanders is? You kidding me?
How long to it? Okay, so
I should have been a little bit more specific. Not you. You don't have to find our friend Mr. Google. Fine, so a technical timeout here. Deecroft was a little bit frustrated with his console in game 1 today. Are you seeing anything or hearing anything, Skimbo, that leads you to believe he's got a point?
Well, I'll just let everyone know what happened. You know, I played this game way too much, so just know I understand what's going on. So what happened is he came to the line of scrimmage, and he couldn't snap the ball. Sometimes that happens. You take in the delay. For the most part, we're going to decline. You see Joke accepted it, but what Deecroft's trying to tell him, I couldn't snap the ball. Hopefully they get this worked out. Either way, first and 10, first and 15, Deecroft's going to have to come through this, you know, and put this drive together, because being down 7-0 to a runner, you don't ever want that to happen.
Still looking like a cool customer, Daniel Mycroft. You and I have kind of joked about it. I think everybody in the Madden community now is kind of fascinated with how this guy, who's the son of an Englishman, is a very polite, almost exceedingly polite dude. And then he gets into the heat of battle in Madden, and it's like you're listening to 50 Cent all of a sudden. I mean, he will let the expletives fly during a Madden game, but then it's, oh, pleasure to meet you, so nice to make your acquaintance, as soon as the game is over.
Yeah, you know, playing sports all my life, I've always told coaches, whatever, and about certain pro athletes back in the day, nicest guys off the court, off the field, but as soon as they get in competition mode, they get on that field in this case, Decroft gets on the 6. It's just like something just splits, like a different, like a switch. It's like just something just changes where they become this competitive monster, and they will do whatever it takes to win.
As for Joke, and again, he says he's done everything but win a belt. I mean, he's won underground tournaments, but that's obviously not the same as actually getting a belt. He struck first in this one, Skimbo, and as you said, it was just a matter of time before he popped one with Gale Sayers.
Yeah, right here. Like I said, this dive bounced to the left. The user just wasn't there. And look at this blocking in the top right. You know, just everyone was just, it was a hat on a hat. And that's Gale Sayers. You're just not going to catch him.
It's all about the run game and defense for this man now. But, you know, just a few Madden Bowls ago, Madden Bowl 17, this is a guy that was involved in a game that had 81 points in it, right? He was playing I'm Wild. That was a 47-34 game, but it's just that the meta now, I think, rewards the running, rewards the defense, so he's made that flip.
And this style honestly fits Joe. I've known this guy for years. He's always gotten in trouble because he just throws picks at the worst time. However, when you don't have a quarterback, you can't throw picks. You're just going to run the ball. So the only mistake you make is not getting a first down.
And the one time he almost turned it over as we get to the 2-minute warning. In that semifinal game, there was that big hit from Pop, and he coughed the ball up, and it bounced right to Eli Manning, of all people.
I saw that was a crazy play, but if you pay attention to the game right there, Joke actually just called a timeout. I love that timeout. His defense is so good. He doesn't want an adjustment to be wrong. Guys, pro players, they make these crazy adjustments. I know everything looks the same on offense, and it even looks the same on defense, but nothing's ever the same.
Negative yards in this game so far for Decroft. Here comes the heat, and down he goes, and to put it in that M&M parlance, Mom Spaghetti is on that Seahawks polo right now.
Everything was just bag. Joke had perfect defense. I thought this motion over slant going across the middle was going to be open. Then he had a match concept. It's called a 3-rec on the field. It matched perfectly. No one was open. Great defense by Joe.
Brings up a 3rd and 12, and Decroft, who really can air it out. I mean, we've seen it so many times. Negative 12 yards so far in this game. And about to get hit, he'll take off and run, but not get too far. Another 4th down is forced.
It is, and I'm going to say this. This is a smart punt, and you're going to think at home, of course it's a smart punt. It's 4th and 8. You know, you're in your own field position. However, with Madden, the games are so short. These guys don't go for it right here. That's just the game we play because every possession is so important.
Oh, he kicked it to Dion again. And punting has not been a strong suit for Decroft this week. Got to be honest about that. But here he is at 19 years old. And just to reset it for you, this guy needed an undefeated run in the last chance qualifiers, beating 4 club champions along the way, and a great player in Jay Wall twice. He's going to need a 4-game win streak right now if he's going to actually hoist a belt above his head. And I'd suggest to you, Skimbo, that's so tough with this field, right? We haven't seen anybody win 4 in a row yet in 2 weeks of playing Madden here.
It is. It's just this top-level Madden. It happens. It's so even. You know, anyone can win. It's just they're that good. But you got to go back to that last play. What a perfect user shoot by Decroft, blowing up the run in the backfield and has those safeties come down to help clean up the mess.
If you're Joker, you're just trying to get that field goal, try to get it to around the 40-yard line so you can try to go up 10-zip.
Absolutely. He's going to take all this clock with him.
Sayers gets punished, but again got in the end zone once, so we take it down to 20 seconds left. It's a 3rd and 8.
I'm curious to see how Joke's going to play this. Do you try to run the ball with 1 second as he should? It doesn't look like he's going to call 2 plays. This is going to be the last play of the half.
One shot for Gale Sayers. He's got some open field. And actually loses the football, but again, a fumble recovery. Franco Harris scooped it up, and we get to break in a low-scoring 7-0 ball game with 40 grand and a belt on the line.
Josh, that was a scary way to end the half. There was open field for Joe. Oh, thank goodness this is the end of the year when D-Crop has all that speed on defense to catch up, because if that was a couple months ago, he's not getting caught.
7-0 because of a 24-yard touchdown run from the great Gale Sayers. And as we get set for the third quarter now, did you know some of the competitors you've been seeing today are actually in Madden as coaches? If you look in the Ultimate Team menu for the competitive tab, you'll find the new Madden Bowl themed game day program. You can get Madden Pro players like Draney and Kidd, Clef, Mills, Henry. You can get MCS uniforms, lots of other exclusive content, so we do invite you to check it out. And we appreciate you checking out D. Croft against Joe Keir in the final. There is 19-year-old Daniel Mike Croft. At least he's got within 7 here, Skimbo, and he's got the ball.
He does, and what Joe's doing on offense is what they call the Madden 2, the Oakland Tour. That means Joe is trying to come out at every run possible in this playbook to find a run that works for D-Croft's defense. And as you see, it looks like Joe's found something with this dive, this bounce, as soon as he gets the ball.
The belt that they're playing for, and neither man has won one yet. Definitely not gorgeous. 12 pounds, 700 rhinestones on that baby. We'll have a ceremony after the game, even in this, as we call it, the new normal, where we can't literally just hand it off. And I'm assuming we don't have confetti traps up above the guy's head here, so it's not going to be exactly like we always know it. But somebody is going to get that belt. Somebody is going to win the 40 grand game, 7-0 score at halftime.
That belt, Josh, is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, my belts I have don't look like that. I'm a little jealous.
Well, go cry on a big bag of money. You got 300 grand playing this game so far. And pros resigned gold winner Michael Skimbo. Here's that Chris Johnson, who's supposedly one of the best players you can have. This is not a completely loaded up version, though, right? Not a suited up Chris Johnson.
No, but it's good enough. He has good speed. Look for D-Crop to really try to mix up these route combinations and different motioning. So far, honestly, for Joe, his defense, everyone's been guarded.
Rodgers cannot escape. He gets belted. It's picked up by one of the offensive linemen. So this defense from Joe is no joke. It's 3rd and 7.
That could have been game-changing. If Joe's defender picks that up, it's a 2-possession game. That is a huge, huge break for D-Crop to not turn the ball over there. He's a little reckless with his quarterback not caught, and thank goodness his lineman picked it up off the ground. That's a game-changing play.
Can he finally get a receiver?